Well, on today's episode, we are going to fix the frame on the 350. I didn't think it was this bad, so I took a chipping hammer, just started pecking at it, and wow. So on today's episode, I'm going to show y'all what we're dealing with and kind of show you the repair. So I'll see y'all in a second. So guys, this is something you don't want to see. As you can see, the frame's not looking so hot. Luckily, I got plenty of tubing, so we're going to reconstruct this entire front frame as far as it goes right there. Just take a piece, bend it like it's supposed to, shove it all the way in here, get one size smaller. I'm gonna bend it, put it in here, corner it, and go straight up into here. And then I'm gonna weld it. Then I'll weld it in, and then I'll take a patch and put over it, and then put some braces to strengthen it up. But I already got it halfway going. I just figured I'll record this to show y'all. This is a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. The more I tripped, this is what I found. But it's still not terrible. I got enough frame pieces sitting around and other stuff to help me get this straight. Just figure I'll show y'all. So you guys, we got this all bent. That's dang close, Dale. That's dang close. I couldn't do that better if I tried. So this is one size smaller. I'm going to be able to shove it into this. By the way, this is the 500 front end. It's the same size tubing because Honda, same year, around the same year. Anyways, I'm going to bend that. I'm going to put it inside of the old one, then weld it all together, then put one size bigger than this, which would be this size. I'm going to split it, put it completely over it all the way down and weld it up there, then put some braces. Because if not, I have to cut the entire front frame off, and it'd be easy if it was, but because all this stuff here, trying to get it all lined up would be a pain. So I'm just going to shove this in there, and then that should be able to reinforce it enough, or reinforce it better than new. Actually, it's going to have multiple stages. So we're just getting this fixed. Well, guys, we got it in there. Look at that rust. As you can see, we got it bent just right. Got it in there. So now I'm going to cut all the access off and go ahead and weld it here, weld. That's all it, see, under there. Cut all this crap off. Weld it, all this starty stuff like this, still good. Not too bad. Clean it up. I'm going to put a patch on this side in order to wrap it around each other. That's the reason why it's like that. Then I got the other side to do, which is a little worse for well. It's not as bad up there, but down here, as you can see, that's bad. But I'll fix it. If you can tell, see, chipping hammer. All this down here broke off, but that's actually still pretty sturdy. So I might actually just clean this up right here and put a patch. You can just cut a piece out and weld a patch up here. I'll have to, and of course this whole piece up here needs a whole piece like that redone in it. But down here I might actually be able to do a patch with a lot of braces here. Then I'm gonna go and put braces all over the place. I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna do it in order to get it straight. But that's definitely not what I wanted to be doing. I wanted to be driving this thing, but hey, what can you do? You got to get it right, and I don't want to mess around and just half-ass it. So I'm getting it right piece by piece. Ooh, I mean, honestly, it's rusty, but it's only this spot. Like the rest of it don't have much of any rust. A lot of rust color, but just this one spot. So I don't know where it was parked or what was going on, but I'm gonna get this straight. I'm gonna get it welded back up, and then we'll be ready to put the snorkel on and go. It's so long. Ew. Off to the grinder. We're just getting everything right for the other side now, guys. What do y'all think about that? Look at that. It goes down and then it curves to the left. Or to the right. The way, yeah. Anyways, I gotta cool this off. We don't have a metal stretcher, so we use torches because that's all we have around here. I need a metal stretcher. If I keep doing stuff like this, I'm definitely buying a metal stretcher. Anyways, let me cool this off right fast. Well, we got the other piece in, guys. Got a lot of buckling to do and a lot of welding and cutting all the scrap pieces, but looks a lot better. It now has a frame inside of it. So just cut all the access pieces off and go ahead and weld this in. I know a lot of people are like, this ain't the right way. This is how I'm doing it. One, it makes it a lot easier putting a frame inside of a frame because all this is still good. So all I gotta do is now get a piece that's the size it's supposed to be and wrap around this, then put a skid plate all the way down here to here where it's all solid, and this thing ain't going nowhere. I mean, this isn't the proper way to do it, but this is the way that's working for me. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I mean, I just figured I'd record a little bit, try to show y'all. I mean, this is the truth of buying used products. Sometimes you just get stuff like this. I just realized that wheel's slightly more cockeyed than that wheel. Huh. Die rods don't look bent. Might have to turn them out a little bit. Well, guys, we got it in. See my nice little plate here. I got everything bent up, welded up. Then I put a plate all the way down it and welded to there. So that way it sturdies up everything. It's nice. It's nice. I like it. It's not the prettiest thing, but I ain't gonna lie, guys. It worked a lot better than I thought it would. Now I'm going ahead and charging the battery because my brand new battery's dead. Probably because I put it in and never touched it. And I just went ahead and snorkeled it right then. So we're getting there. I think we'll probably have some mud this weekend. Well, guys, thanks for watching. As always, make sure you like, leave a comment, and subscribe because we're going to keep going. I hope to see y'all in the next one.